And so, depending on what's in the Mueller report, this could be, to borrow Churchill's phrase, the end of the beginning. Special Prosecutor Robert Mueller finished his investigation of the president relatively quickly. Some other special prosecutors have spent several more years conducting their investigations. One of the pressures on Mueller to finish his investigation came from Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats in the House of Representatives, including the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, who all said the Judiciary Committee couldn't even begin to think about impeachment until they had the Mueller report.
Initiating a formal impeachment inquiry is a very serious step. We're going to have to look at all the evidence that the special counsel comes up with, the things that are being done in public, the things that we find out that are being done, and make decisions.
You've said it would be sad and divisive for the country to pursue impeachment. Are you willing to rule it out?
Well, we have to wait and see what happens with the Mueller report.
Robert Mueller certainly heard many of those comments by Democrats that they could not do the job of fully investigating the president and considering possibilities like impeachment until they saw the Mueller report. Robert Mueller always knew that it is Justice Department policy not to indict the president, which means he always knew that the ultimate judgment of the president's conduct would be Congress's responsibility. And tomorrow, Congress will be handed its responsibility in the form of William Barr's redacted version of the Mueller report. If Robert Mueller believes that President Trump should be impeached, then he needed to end his investigation as quickly as possible and get out of Congress's way so they could do their duty, especially when Democrats in Congress were publicly announcing they would not consider impeachment until they read the Mueller report. Many scholarly authorities on impeachment believe that there is already enough in the public record to proceed to impeachment of this president. Presidential historian Jeffrey Engel, who appeared on this program last night, wrote, "The Constitution's authors wouldn't have needed any summary of the special counsel's report to know it was time to impeach the president. Neither would they have waited to see whether its full text provided evidence of criminal wrongdoing. The group that created our nation's founding document would already have judged Donald Trump unfit for office and removed him because he's repeatedly shown a dearth of the quality they considered paramount in a president, a willingness to put national interest above his own." And so whatever happens tomorrow will not be an ending. It will not be the end of Robert Mueller's responsibilities. Robert Mueller will eventually testify to Congress about his findings. Congress is going to continue to investigate the President of the United States, either in impeachment hearings or in other investigative hearings of the President's conduct, and they will use the Mueller report now as a roadmap for their continued public investigations of the President. And so that's why Winston Churchill's quote comes to mind tonight. 3 years into World War II, after the British won their first major victory in battle, Winston Churchill said this.
This is not the end. It is not even the beginning of the end. But it is perhaps the end of the beginning.
And so that is where we are tonight, with the multiple investigations of candidate Donald Trump and President Donald Trump, including the federal investigation in the Southern District of New York, in which Donald J. Trump is an unindicted co-conspirator with Michael Cohen, accused by federal prosecutors of committing crimes to win the presidency in what the prosecutors call a conspiracy against the United States of America. From the Southern District of New York to the committees of the House of Representatives, the investigations of Donald Trump will not only continue, they will actually pick up their pace. Because for them, tomorrow's release of the redacted version of the Mueller report is not the end. It's not even the beginning of the end, but it is the end of the beginning of the investigations of Donald Trump. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on the button below for more from The Last Word and the rest of MSNBC.